jungle duo and talk about the power that comes from a lot of these late game team fights, but because of the Kalista Renata and even at times the Gnar on the top side of the map, you're looking at a team that really does want to snowball this game.
Truly have the full burst combo. Karis
Hoya's coming down.
actually going to be the target here. Yeah, Hoya on his way. They do have Monkey here for the additional disruption. We'll get a couple of swipes in on towards Guan as Karis is able to fall back away. Here's Hoya in there on the Mega Gnar, though. Finds Monkey, who gets up too far, and NIP claim first blood. A few seconds away from the Grubs, too. Does give an opportunity for Guan to make his way on up there if he does decide it's something he wants to go for. Hoya's on a recall, though, so this top wave will be crashing here very soon.
Yeah, I imagine this is just going to be an aggressive trade. We'll see how aggressive NIP want to make this. For now, they are bringing up Guan. He's at least going to be in the area. He will be spotted on vision, but it's a 1v1 with the junglers in the pit at the moment.
He claims one, but now Guan here to start it on up. Has the backup of the rest of his squad. So yeah, looks like NIP should be able to claim themselves 2 of the Grubs at the very least. And in addition to the first Dragon and the gold lead, NIP having a pretty solid early game to themselves here.
Mega Gnar being quite aggressive from Hoya. You're absolutely right in terms of those plates on the top side, but this is something we actually notice pretty commonly with Cube. Laning phase not always going his way, and yet he's found ways to make impacts in team fights on this champion with that 100% win rate. For now, it's Monkey looking mid.
Oh, they do get the root, and there's the max range public execution from Monkey. He cleans up Care and will get himself up to 1-1.
Lead cut down by about 1,000.
Nicely done there, and getting the rise rolling. So with
knock
a double knock-up, flash pulverized from Yao Yao. Flash away, but it's too late. Awesome drops in the 2 versus 2 on the Kalista Renata lane, and About is on the board.
They're not done here. They're looking for Zhuo under tower.
There's no way they're able to clean this up, but Yao Yao is just tanking it up with the unbreakable will. WE 2 for 0.
Is able to really generate a lead for his team. It's still NIP that's going to get priority on this Dragon, at least for now on this setup. It doesn't look like it's going to be contested all that much, but definitely not a bad game state for WE.
Using this pick to enable plays, Hoya plays respectively, but that means he's seeding this turret.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Hoya, who did a great job to generate his own lead. A lot of pressure now being put onto Cube. You want to make sure you can get him back into this game because your game plan still revolves. They want to take too much right now.
And Karis actually realm warped his way down here to be able to start working on this turret. Will claim himself another turret plate. He will be able to back up Monkey as he takes part in his favorite activities, stealing away the blue buff. And they're going to be able to successfully defend the mid lane turret as well. About uses the bouncing blades. Well, I may have spoken too soon. Rift Herald is dropped and is going to charge its way on in. It's another plate for them, but again, WE are here to be able to clear it on out, and meanwhile, Karis finishes off that bot lane turret for WE, and they aren't going to engage any further. So on the hunt blown, not much else. Hoya coming in for the engage. About going to have to flash away from the Gnar. Here comes Guan, About in the middle of no man's land, but he does manage to stay alive. Finally, Hoya going to flash over the wall, going to be able to finish off the kill, but Guan incredibly low. Cube all over Hoya, continues to chase him down, and the ghouls are just plucking away at that tiny Gnar health bar. Cube will finish off the kill, and despite About being picked off, it's a 2-for-1 fight win for WE.
NIP burned everything at the start of that fight to try and get those priority targets down. They're able to kill About, but it takes everything in their kit to do so.
Awesome. Get About rolling earlier on. Both of About's kills are still from that 2-on-2 double kill. And it was all started off by Yao Yao being able to find the angle. Now another angle found by Monkey. Gets a public execution on a Guan, takes him to about half HP, gets framed display talented into the wall. Hoya on the bottom side, they're going to be able to finish him off. Realm Warp is in, but it's too little and it's too late. About 1,000,000 miles away, finally going to step back up here, starts to throw some boomerangs into Zhuo, who is about to fall down, gets sent for the handshake, but will the execution come on through? No, it will not. Bailout does not proc. Second kill comes on through, but it is Cube who drops down to the opposite side. It's 2 for 2 so far. Awesome, throws himself into the fight. Petrifying gaze across the team. Care firing away into About, and it's another ace found by NIP.
Throw NIP find the perfect fight with Monkey going way too deep in the jungle, feeling like he can execute Guan, but Guan's tanky enough to survive.
Down 1.5k.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if there is a comfort zone for WE, it is down in gold, so you never really know what the entire intention is, but Monkey, who's been making mistakes, makes a pretty crucial one. We'll see if he can make up for it.
Taking the inside track towards mid, and it looks like NIP have fully committed here on towards the Dragon. Maiden going to do her best to try to fend them away. They have sight on all of them, and Infernal Soul does have his Infinity Edge done. He could still be a massive damage on these fights. As a Monkey gonna get caught out again. Supreme display of talent into the wall. Hoya claims the kill credit. Cube able to escape with the flash. Avoids getting gnarred back into his own wall.
On the board, no jungler available for WE.
Trying to get on towards the big purple worm. Garrus arrives. It's like fish in a barrel for him to fire away onto. He will get taunted on up. And
oh,
it's
no way!
stolen by a bout! Are you kidding me? A boomerang takes the Baron, but what about the follow-up fight? Karras getting jumped onto, going to fire away and get a kill right back. About booking it back towards his base, trying to get out of here with the Baron buff in tow, and he will do so. NIP, another unforced error, loses them the most unlikely Baron.
Will only be about who is able to push those waves, but it is a Sivir with Baron buff, so the push is very real as they take down this tier 2 in the mid lane. They're going to try and get as much as they can out of this. They're still at a negative.
Towards Guan. Handshake going to take it back away. Public execution goes wide. Supreme display of talent lands onto 3, but the follow-up isn't there. Cube TP's in, and here comes Hoya in the middle of the squad. The hostile takeover will be able to create a little bit of space. Hoya's about to go mega.
He's mega.
2 back into the wall. Lands a stun onto 3. The focus damage comes through on a Monkey. Karras sectioned off on the bottom side. Yao Yao doing his best, trying to disrupt this fight. Guan flashes away from one more overload. Karras going to be focused down. He drops as well. 3 members fall for WE. NIP still 5 strong. They're about to claim Dragon Soul.
They look like they are going to pick up the biggest objective they can. Infernal Soul on the map for this team. And once again, it's the solo laters coming in clutch for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
When there's still CC tools available on the likes of Hoya and Shuo. Can't make good on your very strong Sivir, I don't know what chance this WE team has of being able to win out these fights.
That is indeed your biggest problem, is you've got this Sivir with all this gold, but the front to back is so inconsistent. You don't have any ways to set it up. You've drafted a split push comp, and while, again, I know it might not seem obvious on paper, this NIP draft really does want to play front to back. They really do have a lot of tools after the engage to play through this Cassio Callista comp. For WE, teleport coming in from Hoya, they're just starting this. They're going to burn this Baron so fast.
On over. It's a little bit later for Cube. In goes Yao Yao finding the knockup, so they're going to try to just burn down Hoya here. He shoots back to mini form. They're focusing everything they've got into him. A couple more boomerangs would do it. The Baron is fallen, but so has Hoya. They need to get more out of this fight. Monkey looking for the engage opportunity. Flashes over the wall, jumps into the team, gets sent into the Guardian Angel. Yao Yao's been melted down as well, and the rest of WE, they need to find the fight. About stepping up, throws the boomerangs into Shuo, gets a double kill for it. Awesome. Gonna be able to get that fight right back, gets sent back into the bailout and will be executed by Cube. A huge team fight from the likes of About will give a 1-member number advantage back over to WE.
About is keeping this game alive for WE in a situation that feels impossible for a Sivir to change the fate of this game. He is doing just that. You got to give a lot of credit to Yao Yao as well, who just continues to buy so much time.
All over him.
Oh my god.
Care jumps back over the wall. He finds himself face to face with Cube. He just speeds up the inevitable, and he's gonna drop 1,000 gold shutdown to Cube. Elder Dragon to WE. And we say it over and over again, you can never talk about probability. At their backs, beginning to siege onto the base off of NIP taking a Baron and losing out on the subsequent team fight. And they're going to be able to get in onto this bot lane inhibitor. They're going to take it down.
Yeah, they are taking down this bot lane inhib. Guan is on the flank, and they don't really have any other wave to move to. See how aggressive WE want to be here. They actually could be relatively trapped. That might be exactly where WE want to be, though.
It certainly should be. All 5 members of WE staying together. Guan deep behind enemy lines, looking for a flank play, looking to reprise his performance from game number 2 where he picked off About and ended the game in an instant, but the rest of WE, they want this game to end right here. Yao Yao gets the engage, finds the knockup onto Care. Monkeys found Guan, and one out on the 1v1, but the stun found its way onto About. Petrifying gaze from Care, buying so much time and space, but About stands and fights. The Elder Drake at his back gives him the damage to win out the team fight. Karis is alive, About is alive, WE are alive in the group as they will take down NIP and reverse their fortunes from the first round robin.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.